Hello, audience.
And welcome back to the Third Opinion Podcast and Radio Show, episode 52! You may have heard the intro song if you're on YouTube and radio. It's the one you're special.
Or you may not have. You may have skipped it.
You may have not heard that for 10 seconds.
I'm that guy.
You're the guy that
like
skips
on
intros?
Netflix, I'm always like, get that out of my life.
Yeah.
I don't have time for this. I need to shave that 1 minute off and jam in that last 10 minutes of the episode I can.
For some popular shows, it does that. Like for The Next Generation.
I love those.
TOS, Star Trek.
It's like my favorite.
Breaking Bad did that.
Whoever did that, like whoever
Wonderful.
came up with that, it's like the best thing
I hope
ever.
he got promoted.
Seriously, it's such a good idea. Like,
Such a great idea.
who wants to watch? Like, you've seen it once.
I don't want to see.
I don't want to see it the next.
The Next
60
Generation's
times.
logo for all 170 some episodes.
That's Superman, but no, that's not Superman. I don't know.
That's Indiana Jones.
You're Indiana Jones.
Welcome back, everyone. My goodness gracious, Ethan.
It's been
1 year.
a year.
It's been a year and 2 weeks.
Our babe was born.
Sounds about right. Can you believe that we've done this for a year? A year show?
Some episodes. We had some laughs.
We wanted to have a live audience, but it's Sunday afternoon and everyone is not wanting to listen to us talk for an hour or so.
What do you mean, Elisha?
I mean,
I listen to us talk for an hour weekly.
I listen to this like 3 or 4 times weekly.
Only when we record it. Womp womp.
That's what Andrew said. Me and him have done like 3 or 4 podcasts.
Yeah.
And then we did the Lego video.
Like when
He's like, why would I listen to it? I record it.
When
When,
when we first started doing it, like I would listen to them.
yeah.
Just because like you catch stuff that you're like, oh man, I am funny. I am so funny.
That has definitely happened more than, oh, that wasn't funny at all. That has happened more. Or
no, that.
I am funny has happened more than, oh, that wasn't funny.
Oh yeah. Then I've had some times where I was like, oh man, what were you doing with your life at that point, guy? What were you thinking? You're not that.
Not much has changed for a year for me.
That was not funny.
That was not
That
funny.
was not funny.
Let's see. What was it? What was it? Episode 4 or 5 was the eclipse, and the eclipse anniversary happened recently.
Yeah, you
Week
know what
ago.
would have been cool
Well, what would have been
if we were recorded an episode like
during the eclipse?
during the eclipse.
That would have been neat. But there was just like no.
But we did do a live reaction.
Oh yeah, we did do. I remember that.
Was probably. I just remembered that. That's probably one of my favorite bits we did.
That's one of my favorites also.
In the
It's
past
like,
year, like, oh, it's dark.
whoa.
And that was a live recording of Ethan and Elisha. I wish we would have had like some cheesy like construction paper like transition drawings, like where the sun just goes.
Yeah, that would have been
like,
fun.
Oh no,
That's
okay,
way too
it's
much
back.
production budget. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have the budget for that.
We don't have the budget for $1 worth of construction paper.
We mostly just don't have the time.
We're not gonna have time to do that.
We need to hire a class of kindergartners to do this for us.
We do.
Can we outsource that? Any local teachers?
Can we get them to also edit the show for us?
Any local teachers down for that? Offer extra credit to your kindergartners for some arts and crafts.
That'd be wonderful. They get extra credit for school classes.
Get an extra 5 minutes at nap time.
So Ethan, what have you been up to this past week since we recorded the last
Well,
one?
Elijah, I've been so busy.
You have been so busy.
I've been so busy.
You didn't come to D&D because you were busy?
I'm sorry.
It's all right. No, it's
Actually,
fine.
that was my fault. I was just bad. As I was telling you off camera, I've been bad at social situations lately.
You have, and that's fine.
bad
Do you know what happened during the campaign?
No,
Did Robert update you?
Don't spoil it for me yet.
I won't.
Did he play my character? I told him to play my character.
Yeah.
Good.
He
Did
played
I
it
blow
well.
up some more goblins?
He played it very well. He blew up Snake, my character.
With did he blow it up with the spell?
Yeah.
That I normally did. He at least kill anything else?
He killed 2 goblins and knocked me unconscious.
Okay, that's fair.
'Cause
at least he took something down with him.
Yeah, he took 2 goblins.
Good.
And we killed the bugbear in like 4 rounds.
Awesome.
It was
Did I
an easy
contribute?
fight. Yeah.
Nice.
You did half damage because of his saving throw. He had a
fair.
high armor class.
I bet he did.
It was like 12 or 13.
Yeah, that's pretty.
That's pretty
That's
good.
not bad. Like for that, like that's pretty good. That's what mine is.
Well, higher armor class means it's going down. So if you have an armor class of 1, it's like
I mean, you have to roll like nothing.
Isn't it? Or is that Thaco from the older editions?
No. Armor class, the higher the better.
Is it really?
Yeah, because like so my weapon, my rapier that I have,
Yeah.
is plus. I think it's +1 to attack or 5. I think I get like +3 or something to the roll,
Mm-hmm.
and I roll like a then I roll a d20. So like my armor class is 13, and mine's kind of low.
Okay.
And I think Robert's paladin is an 18.
Because mine's 15.
Which is pretty good for a starting like level character.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty high.
Okay, so the bugbear had 16 or 17 then.
That's pretty. That's pretty high. Because I think the goblins we've been fighting have been like 11 or something, which is like pretty easy to hit.
So after we got off that bridge, sorry for not into Dungeons and Dragons, but it's still awesome. I really wanted to like do a storytelling thing for Dungeons and Dragons.
We should
eventually.
We could do that. Would be cool if we did an episode.
We should. We totally should.
But yeah, I will update. But I'm glad. I told him to just play it. And I knew if anybody
the accent.
I knew it. Wonderful. If anybody, Robert would play it at least slightly along the lines of my personality, because he at least knows how I think. Because we've known each other forever.
I don't remember exactly what happened, but Robert rolled to attack somebody, and he said, "Okay, watch this," and then he missed. Sounds about right. And then he said, "Never mind."
Yeah, that sounds exactly like something I would do. Like that didn't happen.
It was so funny. It was really good. And then Sammy, Trevor, and Brennan's character, they're all
very cool.
The intro's really funny. And it was just me, Andrew, and Robert.
Yeah.
And we were we were like, or we made it to a part of the cave after we killed the one goblin. The highest one that we fought had an armor class of 16 for a goblin.
That's a big boy.
He was a guard. He was a guard / scout
for the bugbear.
For the bugbear, and
cool.
he's the one that started like hitting the things to make the waterfall come.
And yeah.
We all made out of that
just
fine.
That's where we left out.
We all made out of the waterfall just fine.
Yeah, that's where we left
except
out
for Tyrannar, which is Robert's character.
But we wrote that in. We'd already talked about that.
Robert wrote that out. Yeah. He wrote it in to where it made sense.
He's dead.
He's still alive.
He's dead.
He's dead. And so we made it. We killed that goblin, high armor class. It took like 7 rounds to kill. It took more rounds to kill that one goblin, the 3 of us in the dark,
Very cool.
than it did for us to fight the bugbear and his minions.
Well, to be fair, you got like an extra 2 people now.
An extra 3 people,
which adds a ton. To it.
Or I guess extra 2, but 3 new characters.
No, you're right. It would be 3 because an extra 2 total because you have Sammy and Brennan there now.
Yeah, so. And then Trevor made his new character, and that's his character, and then Tyrannar got washed away. The Twavolo.
I wish you would pronounce it like a kindergarten. The Twavolo.
The Twavolo. So we made it to this cave after the waterfall, and we were fighting these 3 goblins who were archers. And I told Robert, I'm going to hit the one nearest to me because I'm a monk. I go unarmored. I can do dual-handed weapons, trained weapons.
That'd be cool.
But I just choose to do unarmored and then hand-to-hand combat, just because it's so satisfying.
Dual nunchucks.
Now that would be awesome.
Or you could get like some fist weapons.
That
would probably be ideal. Because I'm pretty sure they have those in the game.
They definitely do, like brass knuckles or something.
That would be cool.
Brass knucks,
like spiked knuckles or something.
Yeah, like in RoboCop. So I told Robert I'm going to run to the nearest archer and punch him in the face. I rolled an 18, and I did damage of 8, my max.
Nice.
I did 8 damage, and the goblin had 7.
Pretty good for unarmed.
That is really good. Robert said, "You run up, you punch him in the face. How do you punch him in the face?" And I said, "Like that." And he said his face caves in and collapses, and you hear bone and screaming.
Robert's been doing a really good job.
He's been doing a wonderful job.
Yeah.
Also,
I'm excited to take the seat next.
I'm 1 kill ahead of you now.
No. But to be fair, I shouldn't be expected to be doing a lot of
Brennan's character.
It's just that hilarious.
Just you playing Thunderstruck on the bagpipes.
Overpowered level 1 spell just.
And it just kills everybody.
Yeah. Now, if we want to get technical, we are technically tied because I knocked you out too.
Yes. So, I think we are tied actually.
That's hilarious though.
Either you're
probably ahead. Which you should be ahead.
I think you're 1 ahead of me, or we're tied.
I know I was 1. I was like, I think I was 2 ahead of you last time. 1 or 2.
And then I killed 3 this time. You killed
2.
4. You killed 4.
Okay, so I would still be ahead of you by 1.
So you're still ahead, yeah.
Yeah.
Still ahead by 1, but not for long. But yeah, it was.
I'm a power slam.
It was so funny.
I've also talked to Robert. We'll get off the D&D train here in a minute.
Yeah.
But
I could talk about D&D for hours.
I did talk to him, and I am going to respec my skills a little bit. Just because I didn't know what I was
for beer gut
grabbing, for cantrip wise and stuff. I thought a couple of them I could cast as bonus actions, but it has to say bonus actions. So I'm just gonna swap around one of those, a very minor thing.
Yeah, that's fine.
Just that way, we're kind of we're more balanced, because I'm essentially the healer as well.
Yeah. Well, supposed to be at least.
I mean, not really. I'm more of like a supporting, like it's more of like a crowd control supporting, like
yeah, AOE.
But I mean, I do have like spells, like offensive spells as well. I want to build a slightly more offensive bard.
I would be fine with that.
Also with supportive magic. So I'm gonna get healing word, which I can use as a bonus action.
Wonderful. Yeah.
That way I can be like, all right, I cast this, and as a bonus action without counting any towards them, so I can heal you for like 5 or 6 points.
Wonderful.
Just like a little bit. So that's just something small like that. Not rerolling any stats or anything crazy like that.
Yeah.
Just something small like that.
Not changing your
character.
character.
Just to polish up my toolkit a little bit.
That's fine. The only one, or me and Andrew's characters are both fine. Andrew made
agreed.
Andrew made his Aarakocra, his bird person, Frank.
Frank
he made a new one called Moon, and he's a mage, and Andrew really wants to play him now because he fleshed out his backstory way more for Moon, not Frank the bird. And his character Moon, bird person.
I like that he's getting more serious about it.
He loves it. Yeah.
Not that he wasn't like going into it.
He was just messing around.
He's just a silly boy.
He's just a big goober.
But I really like that he's like getting into it.
But his character's backstory from Moon is that he wants to live forever. And that's wonderful.
Because they have such a interesting. So that'll make him like a chaotic something, I guess.
Yeah, I think it would be chaotic.
Because that way he won't be like entirely good that way.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he's more like interesting.
And the way you have to get that is through.
That's pretty cool. Probably through some
evil means.
Seedy means.
And Andrew wants to play that for the next one we do.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
That'll be very fun. Okay, so Brennan's character, who's a Dragonborn, he's doing an accent. I love it. It's Robert's nephew.
Yes.
And his accent for is
he's
wonderful.
basically a small Robert.
Pretty much, yeah.
They're like he's a clone of Robert.
Pretty much.
He's a cool kid though.
He is a cool kid. He's very funny also. But he killed the bugbear.
Excellent.
And dealt
what is he playing?
He's playing a
Dragonborn. Is he a fighter or what? What's his class? Do you know?
Dragonborn Druid? I don't remember actually. I don't remember. But he's playing a Dragonborn. The accent was wonderful. It sounded like an accent from Skyrim or something like that. But he dealt 7 damage and killed the bugbear on the 4th round.
Nice.
Because
that's the only thing with this campaign now. Like I feel like we're gonna be a little bit overpowered now that we have more party members.
We can get there easily.
You know what I mean?
As we are right now, everyone is still like unrefined and unpolished.
Yeah.
But once we figure out what everyone wants to do,
agreed.
We're going to be pretty hard.
Like I told you, I'm gonna DM our next.
I'm excited. I'm excited for that
campaign I'm working on.
When do you think we're going to start that? Because that one, that'll be fun to film. That one, like just not like the entire thing.
Yeah, like the starting
a little bit.
Yeah, I've got a lot of neat stuff. Or ideas. It's not fully fleshed out yet. The world is pretty fleshed out.
Yeah.
Like I've got the world design down. I need to actually sit down and design the campaign. I have the end point of where I want to take you all.
Yeah.
But I don't necessarily. Of course, the path you get there is going to be up to you guys. Entirely. But I have some neat subplot that I will like. It'll
I'm excited for
involve like some fae.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So.
I'm excited for it.
Pretty cool stuff.
I wish we could play Dungeons and Dragons more than once a weekend.
Agreed. And maybe once the plays and stuff calm down.
Yeah, once everything starts to calm down, then
after Dracula, everything should open up pretty.
I'm excited
good.
For Dracula.
It's gonna be really good.
I'm so excited. Robert came to the station and said, "Look what I got!" And it's this huge wooden stake that's PVC or whatever.
That's the ones I was telling you about. They're pretty sweet.
And he shanks me in the arm, and I go, "Ooh!"
Yeah.
I said, "Oh, that's cool." After he stabbed me with it, I'm like, "Oh, that's neat." And I looked at it.
Pretty sweet.
Those are some professionally done props.
Yeah,
they are wonderful
the guy that
props.
is doing them has a background in graphic design. I believe was his major, if I recall correctly. He's very talented.
They're wonderful. They're
very
beautiful props.
Very talented guy.
Okay,
but anyway,
enough
so
about us.
I've just been a busy week. Went out, saw some friends play. On Friday night at a local place in Cookville. Sorry, other friends that I didn't get to spend time with.
That's fine.
I had a friend from out of country come in. That was.
You won't get to see them that often.
No, like maybe once or twice a year or so.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
And
then was out on the lake all day yesterday.
Very fun.
We all rented a boat. It's actually surprisingly cheap.
It is surprisingly cheap.
We went down to Edgar Evans Marina. It was like for 6 hours. I think it was like gas and all. It was like $350.
That's not bad.
We split it like 10 ways. Pontoon. It was a good time.
Yeah.
Real good time. And then today I napped, and everywhere hurts. Because we basically had a battle royale on the. We had like 2 tubes floating behind.
Oh, fun!
Because like they have the big ones, you can have like 2 people on.
Yeah.
But they had small. like they were smaller where you could fit like average sized people on, or one Ethan.
You're not that big.
I know, but you know what I mean. Like one larger
large
adult male.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not huge, but I'm
a
larger
large
than
adult male.
average.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a little bulky. You know.
See, I am too.
Same. I would be the same way you. Like you could fit like one of you.
Yeah.
Now you could fit like two Andrews on one.
Definitely, Andrew's a thin man.
He's a tall guy. He's just slender. Right?
Yeah, he's thin.
So you could probably fit two of him on there.
Yeah, he's lost a lot of weight.
He has, which is great. I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah.
He's in great shape. And we were like, we had them both like going behind the boat at the same time, and we were just like jerking each other. Like we would like grab the tubes and like jerk each other off of them, and like we would pull each other's like life jackets, you know, just like just like, this is mine.
That's fun.
At one point, we had one guy that like he was like, I'm not gonna win, and he literally jumps off of his tube onto the other guys and like bear hugs him into the water. It was ridiculous. But I am so sore.
No, I'd say so.
My everything hurts. I woke up this morning and I was like, oh God, I'm old. It hurts so good. I jacked up my shoulder and like my whole I've just been shuffling when I walk. I'm just like,
you gotta take care of your body, my man.
I know.
That's why I'm going to the gym. I
need to make time. Maybe after Dracula.
Who knows? Maybe after Dracula.
I'll start.
But like that's what I'm trying to do. I'm going to the gym just so I can get stronger and healthier.
No, and
also like beat the aging process to some extent.
Absolutely.
I'm 20 years old. I'm not going to live forever. No, I've realized that.
I will.
But I can try to extend it by I'm going to try to extend it by working out and getting in better shape.
Oh, absolutely. That's a good thing.
Which is why I'm going to the gym.
Been a great weekend though.
That's why I wear sleeveless shirts now.
Look at how big my muscles are. Tired though. So tired.
I would be too.
Baby.
I'm tired now. I haven't even done anything.
Yeah. Sleep.
I'm on the computer all day.
But yeah, it's been a good weekend.
So for part of the 1 year special, I listened for about 10 minutes to I listened to 4 podcasts, which would have been like 2.5 hours, 3 hours.
Yeah.
I listened to about 15 minutes of all those. So sorry for this being a lackluster, like we're going back to the past and reliving
it's just a reflection kind of thing, you know?
Yeah. The Disney streaming service, which is like the very first thing that we talked about on the show.
What was it? Was that one? Was it Taylor Swift? Was that the first episode?
That was the
second episode.
Third. The Eclipse one.
Yeah.
One of the
It's one of the early ones.
So, the Disney streaming service is going to be coming late 2019. They finally given a word.
I feel like it's gonna hit, and I'm just not even gonna care.
See, that's the thing that we said at the beginning of that episode a year ago.
I don't think I'm gonna care.
We both said if it comes out soon and it's going to be the only way you can watch that stuff streaming, we'll be interested.
Tell you what
we need.
This is my opinion. What they need.
Yeah, go ahead.
They need Marvel shows.
They do.
Like if they can like take the licensure back for like, I don't know. I'm not like necessarily saying like Netflix shows, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But if they can approach that with the same level of like
production and
everything, which there's no reason I don't think they should be able to.
They're Disney.
But I don't think they'll have the writing.
I
just don't foresee them having good writing.
I can agree with that. But they've announced they're going to like do 3 new animated Star Wars shows. And they're going to come out in 2019. So it's going to be perfect.
Only on the service?
They didn't say that. They said that they're making 3 new animated Star Wars shows. And then they're redoing, or they're adding, like they're finalizing the last season of Clone Wars, which I'm yiped for. I'm so excited for that. I love the Clone Wars.
I'll be upset though because it won't be on Netflix.
I think maybe it will.
They'll probably take all that stuff.
I don't know. Me and Andrew watched Ragnarok like 2 nights ago.
I love that movie.
I do too.
It's my favorite Marvel movie.
It's very well done.
Did you see Black Panther's coming to Netflix in the fall?
Oh, I'm excited for that.
I think it's September.
Love Black Panther, which is like in a week from now, September. Like, yeah, 5 days.
It is.
Lord have mercy. The summer's done.
I know.
Summer's over.
We still got a month. Well, we got like 25 days.
Either way.
September 21st, Alicia. But no, I agree. Like as soon as like it's August,
as soon as school starts back,
summer's done.
I said that as soon as like May or like June 1st. I said summer's already over, and that seemed like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
So the Disney streaming service, late 2019. The other one, I did not listen to the rest of the first episode of the podcast. I did not bother.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
Well, I don't even know what else we talked about.
I tell you what was interesting to me, how we started off with just the structure, like so structured, you know. We were like,
well, relatively structured.
I'm going to read these stories.
Yeah, well, that's the way.
because we're like,
I'll
that's the way the cool podcasters do it.
I'll go ahead and be honest with you guys right now. That's the only way we could convince it to the radio station's manager and all that. That's how he could do the show.
And look what it's which we still we discussed.
Which we still discuss recent stuff to an extent. Yeah, like the whole James Bond thing. That was a very timely and on point episode.
I think so too. I saw somebody where they had put up somebody new to. They're like, oh, this guy should be James Bond. I was like, oh, maybe. I don't remember.
My only problem with Idris Elba doing it, and that's who everyone wants to be it. It's not that he's black.
No, and that's
who cares. That's not it.
And again,
it's that he's over. It's that he's like 46, 47. Something like that. I want someone young to play James Bond.
And again, it's not the fact that he's black that I don't think he would be good, because I think he's a great actor.
He's a wonderful actor. Yeah.
I just don't. And this is gonna sound. It is and it isn't that he's black, and here's why.
Okay, go ahead.
Because canonically the character is not black.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And that's the reason why. Has nothing to do with his race or his color, or his ability to act, because again, he's a great actor. Everything I see him in, he's great.
He's a wonderful actor.
His voice is super.
His voice is incredible.
He's a cool guy.
He did the voice acting for like 2 or 3 things. So I was like, huh, that's really good.
Yeah, he did. But I just don't like. I don't like. It's the same principle for me of them trying to make it a female.
I can see that.
It's the this is the character. Like, I don't want the character to change. Now, if they do, if they want to make it into where it's just like a serial number kind of thing, I feel like they're going to need to have a movie where they kill off James Bond.
That will have to happen. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They haven't done that, but
honestly, I would be okay with that.
I would be too. But they did say in like a 80s James Bond. It's I bet the other guy never had this problem or whatever. I don't remember which one it was, but they have nodded and alluded to it a couple times that it is just a code number. 007 isn't just a guy, because it's the same woman that was in the 60s that's in the new one. Judi Dench, and she was talking to Sean Connery 007. Now she's talking to Daniel Craig 007.
But see, the story wise though is
they need to just go ahead.
Daniel Craig James Bond is supposed to be the first 007.
Sure.
Well, it's canonic, story wise.
It hurts
because it's all. No, I agree. It's all just weaving and wobbling, and it's as Doctor Who puts it, it's all wibbly wobbly, timey wimey. You know what I mean, though? It's just kind of all right, we're here. We're in the 60s. We're in the 70s. We're there.
We're in the 80s.
We're here.
We're on the moon.
We're in 2000. We're in the future.
We're in Japan. We're on the moon.
Whatever,
Oh, it hurts my noggin.
But I agree with what we talked about. I would love if they honestly, I would love it if they just kept the whole series set in the 60s.
I want the new one to be in the 60s.
Not worry about it.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want it to be 007
or just
back in the 60s.
Completely retcon everything that's been done.
They should do that. There's been enough movies.
They're going to either have to do that, retcon everything back to the 60s.
Yeah.
And have it where he dies and carry it forward.
They could do a full reboot.
You know what I mean?
I'd be perfectly fine with a full reboot.
Basically the point they're at now.
They're at the crossroads. They can do that, or they can continue on with this horrible trend.
I'm fine. So I'm fine with them, keeping the whole, machismo, blah, blah, blah.
I am too.
That we talked about last time. But
listen to that episode. It was a good episode.
If they do that, then they're going to have, they're going to have to really, they're either going to have to really stick with it, they're really going to have to double down on it, or they're going to have to completely throw it out.
Yeah.
They can't keep skirting this line between, trying to please all the liberal snowflakes.
They can't do both.
You know what I mean? You can't try to please the now and keep the then.
They can't do it.
You know what I mean?
It doesn't work anymore.
It just doesn't.
It's like trying to do Johnny Bravo now.
Yeah, you just can't.
The time's passed for it.
Yeah.
You can't have womanizer James Bond.
No. You either double down on that,
or
I honestly think that'll still do fine.
Yeah.
I think it'll still do fine.
I would love to watch a 1960s James Bond where he's.
But either do that or you just scrap it out. But the
where he kisses a woman and slaps her, and then.
If they do scrap it out.
Yeah.
And for me, it's not James Bond anymore. Then they can't
it's
call
different.
it James Bond. It's 007.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know how that works because the property was originally written, as something.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Here nor there.
They need to change it.
Agreed.
The next one that we talked about in episode 2 was universal basic income, and a couple countries have started doing that.
Ooh, really have they?
One country actually finished it in June,
Mm-hmm.
in June or July, and they said it was a wonderful success. Everyone that was in part of the program loved the idea, and they found that people I think the majority of people subsided off of the money that they earned or the money that they were given that month, like $1,000 a month, for example. They subside off of that for the month, and they focused on things that were not work and were not a job. Like they focused more on artwork and painting and making music and improving their health, like their physical health and their mental health. They did more things that were not job and work related.
In order to
because they didn't need to work anymore.
In order to do that, we would have to have a lot of stuff automated,
and we would have to have not a 1% wealth and then gap of wealth.
It's such an odd.
We're getting same thing with James Bond. We're getting close to a point in time where it has to go either this way or it has to go that way.
Yeah,
we're getting close to that.
It's gonna skew up or down real hard one way or the other.
Yeah, it's a mess, and we're going to have our politics episode one of these days.
Things will break before they fix.
Yes,
one way or the other,
as is tradition. So yeah, a couple countries did that. Do
you recall who?
No, I don't recall who. I think it was Finland that did it.
I could see that.
I believe it was Finland.
I'll tell you what would also be interesting. I find would be interesting. I don't know how well this would work or not. But if we took the whole Europe style approach and broke down more sections of the United States into like multiple countries, I almost wonder if that wouldn't work better.
I feel like it would. I feel like it would.
Look at places like Denmark and like places like that where the quality of life is great.
Yeah,
or
Norway.
Seemingly great.
Yeah, Norway's quality of life is very high, but it's also a high place to live. Like
it is. But I mean, if you think about it, like they're again, I don't know necessarily. That's the hard part. We don't know about the day to day. You see all the snapshots and the snaps. Of things.
Hear things about America like there's mass shootings.
Where it's like they have this and teachers are treated this and universal healthcare, blah blah blah. Like it all sounds great on paper, but how? I mean, obviously it works to a degree because they have the country is still functioning. It's not exploded.
Very clearly,
looking at you, Greece.
Very clearly, it has worked for some places. Yeah.
So I don't. know.
There was also I did a news story recently, or I say recently, like 2 weeks ago for the radio station. It was some school or Midwest, I don't know where it was, that is doing a 4-week or a 4-day school week.
There's a
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Like that. They go to school, I think it's like till like 4 or 5 in the evening. I think if I remember right. It's basically like a job schedule.
Something like that, yeah.
Instead of like 3, you go to like from like 8 to like 5 or something.
Yeah.
Which is
I think it's great. The reason they're doing it is because they couldn't get any more money from the state to like pay the teachers the adequate amount. So we don't want the teachers to suffer. We don't want the students to suffer. Yeah. We're not going to school on Monday. That's easy. It's as easy as that. And so they have Saturday, Sunday, Monday for no school.
Great.
Which is neat for that school district only. And I'd be jealous if I was some kid.
I know.
That
Like,
I'm like, we gotta move to that school district.
Let's go.
We gotta move. And school starts at like 8, and then school's over at like.
I'm pretty sure it's
1.
like 4:30 or 5.
Something like that.
I'm pretty sure it goes longer. Like they make it up.
But that's great.
But yeah,
that's great. I think it's a great thing. Something else was automation related. We talked about automation on the first episode.
It was like KFC or something, wasn't it?
Maybe.
I think it was KFC because it's somewhere in China.
Oh yeah, I don't remember.
That was right after.
We should have done research, but it doesn't.
We never do research.
I did a little bit.
Hip of the cuff and tip of the teeth.
There was another program that came out. I remember it very briefly or very loosely now. It was like a Google Learning program that like taught this AI to learn how to walk and move. Basically, it's open source now. Ooh. You can like download it and operate it for yourself. And there's like a website Flash version.
Impending Skynet doom.
Awesome, pretty much, yeah. So they're still doing strides in that. They have like the world's best Go player was beaten by an AI late last year.
Rise of the machines.
What was the thing that happened recently in esports that was AI?
I know what you're talking about. I can't remember. Was it Dota?
I think it was Dota. Dota. I think Dota 2.
I think it was.
The world's best team got beaten by AI in Dota 2.
That moderately terrifies me.
Dota 2 is a hard game to.
Yeah, it is.
And for an AI to beat that, goes another game and they beat them.
Yeah. So
that was one of the other ones.
I don't know about it.
Let's see. Atari. The Atari Kit Kat lawsuit. Remember that? Where Kit Kat did that? Yeah.
The breakout.
They settled the lawsuit in January 2018.
How much?
It didn't say how much.
Oh, man. I want to know.
I really want to know also, but it didn't say how much. They said that they settled it, and that's where it ended. In January.
That means they paid somebody a lot of money.
They paid somebody a lot of money.
Oh, boy.
Oh, you know it, baby.
Oh, boy. Maybe that's how they funded those Atari Minis that they released.
Kit Kat got into the lawsuit in August this year.
Come on, boys. Did we learn nothing in the past year? I know we have.
We certainly have. But apparently, Kit Kat can't keep their hands clean or whatever. I saw it while looking
Getting
up
their
this one.
fingers dirty from all that chocolate.
Chocolate and wafer. They have another lawsuit going on. I think that's so funny. I don't even know what it's about.
And then next year when we check in again, guess who's in another lawsuit, boys?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's us because we finally went belly under. That's so funny.
It wasn't Kit Kat. It was Nestle selling it with Atari.
That's right.
Which makes more sense. Which it makes more sense. Like it wouldn't be Kit Kat selling it.
Nestle owns Kit Kat, not Kit Kat owns Nestle.
But yeah,
although it's arguably their greatest candy bar.
They're good. I like Kit Kats a lot. But yeah, they settled that and they're in trouble for something else. I didn't even bother reading it.
That's so silly.
It is very silly. There's a show that I love on the internet called What a Bunch of Goobers. There's a show that I love on the internet from Internet Today. They used to be called ETC, but they switched channels and are independent now. Wonderful. I love their channel. I back them on Patreon.
Nice.
They do a thing weekly called Weekly Weird News, and they have like recurring guests, or not recurring guests, but like recurring segments and recurring people.
Yeah.
And one of them was Martin Shkreli before he got locked up in prison. Like every other week, it's like you're back for the Martin Shkreli saga.
That's
like that's funny. What it was, and I feel like that's gonna be us yearly with Kit Kat.
That's so funny.
It's like September next year. It's like, well, Kit Kat's in trouble again.
He's back, boys.
So I feel like that's one of the funny things.
Funny.
Another one that we talked about was Amazon acquiring Whole Foods. And then all the discounts for Prime member stuff. Apparently, like it's really, really good.
Which
if you have a Whole Foods.
Interesting to me because they're rolling back a lot of Prime things too.
They are, and they're also increasing the price, which is why I canceled mine.
I knew it was coming.
Predicted that one again.
Yep. No straight Ethan.
It was increased by like $30. I think it was like $99.99 a year, and now it's $129.
Something like that. Yeah.
I think is what it was.
That's a big increase.
It is, and it was big enough for me to cancel my Prime subscription.
They're also taking away like several of the.
They're taking away some stuff also.
I know one of the biggest. They're taking away their video game pre-order thing.
Mm-hmm. They're taking away Twitch stuff.
They modified it.
Yeah, they're taking away some of the Twitch stuff.
So I don't know, but I mean, you have to know that's coming.
You're bound to have seen that happen. I mean, come on.
I mean, that's any business. They're like, all right, here's all these things. We need more money. I want to make more money. Let's roll back some things.
Yeah.
So, and you'll probably see another change to it where they add some things. So it's
the thing that really made it or break it for me.
Made it or braided it.
I love saying that. Made it or break it. It was the fact that every time I would go to search a movie to watch a movie with my Prime subscription, Prime membership, what movie was I had to rent it.
I know.
Or I had to get HBO Now, or I had to get Stars, or whatever. That happened like a dozen times throughout the week.
Do you have to have Prime to use Amazon Video?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. I was gonna say like if you could just rent movies off there, I would.
You can rent movies.
You just have to have a.
So I can
have to have an account to do that, right?
Yeah, you don't have to have Prime. So what I can do right now is I can go onto Amazon, find John Wick Chapter 2, and then rent it HD for $5.
That's the way to do it for me. Like if I'm just gonna watch a movie, like I'm just gonna rent it.
Same, but I have the $99 a year membership.
Yeah, and see that's actually why I canceled mine because I was like, okay, cool.
That's what it was for me.
Like there was like the Amazon are the good stuff, right? Like you got Audible and several other things like that. I was like, oh, okay, cool. But I was like, oh, they have all these good movies that I don't have access to through other things without renting.
Exactly. I wanted to watch Star Trek Into Darkness. You had to have Stars to watch it. Okay, that's fine.
Right.
I wanted to watch Star Trek 5, what movie that came out in like the late 80s. Had to have Stars to watch it.
Yeah.
I wanted to watch John Wick Chapter 2. Had to have Stars to watch it. Yep. I wanted to watch Ant-Man I wanted to watch the first Ant-Man. I had to have Stars to watch that also. There's another thing where I had to have HBO Now to watch it.
Yeah, it's just kind of silly.
There's no point.
No.
And it was like no joke, a dozen movies throughout the course of 1 week.
Yeah.
And it was the final. I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm not doing this. For Viewing Party 4, out of the 4 movies that we watched, I had to rent them in HD from Google or Amazon, or I had to get them through pirated means. One or the other. I mean, it was, and they were movies that came out like 40 years ago.
I know. I really feel
RoboCop, Predator. It was Indiana Jones, and also the Goonies. They had Indiana Jones. They had Raiders of the Lost Ark.
You know what?
They didn't have the other 3.
You know, it could be.
It doesn't make any sense.
What could be interesting one day? Doesn't make any sense. If some of those properties become like. What's it called when they become like public domain?
Yeah.
Like if all of a sudden RoboCop's like public domain, and you and I, when we're like 60, we can just be like,
I wish.
or I'm just gonna throw this up on a screen on the side of this building and just charge you $5 to come watch it.
Yeah.
Because I can, you know, and like I don't know, just interesting.
But
or like we can all of a sudden like actually stream like the movie and commentate on it.
I would love that.
It'd be interesting.
We can do that. We can do that, but we'd have to have our own website, and there has to be like some specifics involved with it.
Yeah.
There's a channel called Pretty Much It, and they do commentary tracks that you can buy and download. And I think it was like $5 for a commentary track. They did Wendy Wu Homecoming Warrior, and I really want to get that just because I would love to watch the movie, and they're both so funny.
Yeah.
I'll have to show you some of the videos.
That's cool.
But yeah, it would just aggravate me. And I'm not going to travel the 70 miles to go to Chattanooga and Whole Foods just to get like coupons for stuff.
No.
I got a Kroger card. So I can do that for that.
Well, do they not have one in Murfreesboro, Whole Foods?
It's in Nashville.
That's surprising.
Which is like 3 miles more. So we better to go to Chattanooga.
Yeah,
than it would be to go to Nashville.
At that point, yeah.
It's just an aggravation.
An aggravation.
So that was one of them. How was the Taylor Swift album? How well did
it? Was great.
All right.
And it did well. I believe it did pretty well too. I don't know.
What's the name of the album? I'll look up the scores right now.
Oh man, I don't even remember.
Taylor.
I should know. I think it's Reputation.
Swift.
I believe it's Reputation. I should know that.
It might be. Yeah, it was 2017's Reputation.
Yes. Apparently, certainly was well received.
She's doing the tour right now, and
Yes.
apparently she's killing it.
Oh yeah, she is. Like I think she sold out like almost everyone.
She was in Nashville like a couple days ago, I think.
Yesterday, actually.
Oh, nice.
I wanted to go. It's so expensive though.
It definitely is very expensive.
Do not.
Okay, critical reception for the album Reputation. Overall, it's like a lot of 6s, a lot of Bs, a lot of 3.5s.
I mean, that's with everything though. Like it's whatever.
It can be. Later this year, I don't think I've told you this actually. Later this year, I'm doing a best albums of 2018. Me and Andrew are. It'll come out like probably end of December. But there's been a couple of killer albums so far.
There have been some really cool ones.
Like the new Kanye album's really good.
Which one?
Yay.
The newest one? Like he did...
The one that came out in April.
It's the one he did with...
Kid Cudi was Kids See Ghost.
That's right.
Kids See Ghosts. And it's really good also.
Yeah, I've heard that one.
So he's done two albums, and they're both really good.
Yeah.
He's killing it. I don't like that he's tweeting nonsense, but his music's good. He's always been like that, though.
He's also a Trump supporter.
He also is a Trump supporter.
Which is here nor there.
He's always been like that.
He's so weird.
He's such a weirdo, and he always does just the weirdest stuff.
Yeah. He always does well, though.
Yeah, and his music's really good.
He always lands on his feet. Like, whatever.
Either way.
Crazy guy.
Yeah. We're almost at 40 minutes. Can you believe it? Time flies.
Crazy boy.
Crazy boy. Did you have anything else that you wanted to talk about? The eclipse was wild.
That was probably, you know, I even forgot that happened.
That was a good highlight last year.
I forgot that even happened last year. You know what I mean? Like, I knew it happened, but I was just like, you know what I mean?
You don't remember crazy cool stuff. Another cool thing that happened recently in the celestial plane was Mars, like being super close to.
Oh yeah,
Earth.
that was like.
I loved going outside and seeing a huge bright dot in the sky, or a huge red bright dot in the sky.
And you could see the. I saw a photo. I think it was from the eclipse last year where somebody had took a picture of the space station in front of it.
Maybe. Yeah. I think they were talking about.
Super cool.
Super cool.
Super fly.
These Tyler's really funny. Third Opinion Podcast, episode 1, making money and hanging out. That was pretty okay. Kit Kat's negligence.
Well, we still do one of those things.
We still hang out. These wild boys like eclipses Taylor Swift and Amazon. Oh, the H3H3 lawsuit was the other one for episode 3.
Yeah, and that one settled.
That one settled.
They won.
They did great.
There's another episode where we talk about that.
I think we talked about like on a later one.
They settled it. I think like it was like earlier this year, I believe.
And we had a copyright thing happen to our channel.
Did we?
So for Viewing Party 4, it was no big deal.
Look at us making it big.
For Viewing Party 4, which has like 30 something views, people love Viewing Party 4. Viewing Party 4, I played a clip from Predator, and it was perfectly fine to play it. I did it for the other 3 movies as well, and it was Jesse Ventura. Jesse Ventura with the minigun going through that thing, like doing that. Apparently, it was enough audio to trigger the WWE's thing, and I'm like, this is fair use. And I submitted a thing saying I am confident this is fair use and falls under these guidelines, and it was cleared the next day.
Well,
yeah,
I didn't even know.
Yeah,
look at us making it big.
Look at us making it big. And someone had to manually review and like, yeah, this fits under fair use. which is great. So now that thing, and it's not. We don't monetize the channel.
No,
The channel is not monetized.
and we're not even anywhere near it.
By design. I don't
even
want
if even if we did, I don't.
Well, we
I don't
have
think
we
that's
have
the
a
point.
sponsor for the radio, and
Yeah,
they help out with
so we're not worried
off radio
about that.
stuff.
Yeah.
So we're fine that wise.
Yeah.
The production value's pretty decent.
Yeah, it's just whatever.
And if we want props or stuff, we can just can we have
we're
the
we're
budget
ju-
for this
we're
month for
just in
props
it-
or whatever,
in it for the funsies.
and it's fine. But it's that ads would have played for that episode, and I'd rather them not play ads for that episode for Viewing Party 4 than them playing ads and it goes to WWE.
Yeah.
Don't care who it goes to. If it goes to the CEO of YouTube herself, I don't want ads played on the video.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't want someone making money off of the content that I spent a weekend and a half to make, 5 days to make.
Yeah.
I'd rather there be no ads than ads for anybody.
Fair.
So that's why I was like, no.
Hey, stop that.
Let's see. Episode 5 was my mama. We have her back on for you guys
That
sometime.
was a good one.
What it's like starting a
That
business.
was around the birth of the liquor store.
Yeah, it was.
It had been open just a little while.
Yeah, they had their 1 year thing, and apparently that went great.
Mhm.
Movie episode 1 of 1000. That was
And
fun.
here we are.
And here we are, 1,000 later. We talk about movies a lot, don't we?
We do. We enjoy the films.
I do enjoy films. The Ghost episode, in which the recording completely crashed and canceled on that one.
Happened what, twice?
It happened a total of 2 times, yeah. But that was the one where it was
we finally quelled the angry spirits.
we finally did, and they're happy with us now.
Oh boy.
We talked about the Eagle Scout thing on episode 10. That girls could be Eagle Scouts. Cool. We're getting ready for
I
Halloween.
believe they're
And the
referred to as eagleettes.
Eagleettes. The Spooky Boys Halloween Spooktacular Halloween special.
We'll have
I'm
Spooktacular Part 2 coming soon.
Well, we have. So we're going to do the podcast,
Oh,
which will be
you told
me.
me this, yeah.
which is going to be me and you. We're going to have the 30-minute podcast, a radio. It's going to be like one of those old radio shows. It's going to be in the style of that.
Ooh.
Where we're like telling spooky
We
stories in
should
the
like
dark.
somehow like get a filter and do it like in like black and white.
I can.
That'd be cool.
I will. I'll look more into it.
Or
Because
just
Viewing
like have
Party
unnecessary
4,
blood splatters all over the screen.
Viewing Party 4 had some 80s filters on it
Mm.
for certain parts. You never did see that, did you?
I saw that part.
Okay.
I saw like bits of it.
Okay. The entire thing is really good. You gotta watch it, my man.
Yeah, okay.
When are you gonna have time to watch an hour and 8-minute long?
When do I have no time?
Exactly. Yeah. So we'll look into that, but it's going to be like a 30-minute radio telethon, like scary stories.
Be funny if we did have a telethon. We could host a telethon.
Be
Please
fun.
call now. No one would call.
We're going to have a really funny, spooky sketch,
Mm.
which I've yet to decide what it's going to be exactly. There's going to be that. And we're going to do a Halloween themed viewing party. Viewing party 666 or whatever. I don't know. I haven't gotten that far. It's going to be really goofy and really fun.
That would be really fun.
And it's me, Andrew, and Trevor for that
Mm.
one. And we actually have like a legitimate place to film in, which gets me excited.
Where are you going?
We're filming downtown,
Ooh.
in someone's apartment.
Ooh.
Because the set for it's perfect, like the perfect amount of like room and atmosphere and outside stuff. It's gonna be really spooky, and I'm very excited for it. I'll tell you more about it later.
Cool.
But it's definitely very, very fun. So we have like 3 really good, fun things planned
Yeah.
for that. I want to do for September not a Halloween, but like a fall themed viewing party, and then like something else. Because I would love to do all the podcasts that we do, podcast weekly, 3, 4, 5
Yeah.
episodes a month, and then like 3 extra things that come out
Yeah.
that month. Like we'll probably watch some movies or play some video games. I would love to do more stuff, but like
It's so hard.
you're busy, I'm
so
busy.
I'm a busy boy.
Yeah, Andrew's going back to school. Trevor's working full time, trying to find his own place to live.
Being a big boy.
Yeah, it's getting hard to find time to do
It
stuff.
is.
But doesn't mean we're not going to stop making these.
That's
my
right.
man.
We'll still be here.
What
Whether or
else?
not you watch it, we'll be here.
I'm going to try to find out a way to spread us more around. That way we have more people.
Spread us thinner.
We have more people listening and watching.
Like butter on toast.
I think I figured out a way for us to get more subscribers.
Mm.
I'll talk about that one later. Also,
Quite a scribbler.
let's see what else. What else did we talk about in all these? All these bad boys. Halloween. I want to do another fun party like that. I want to do a bunch of fun Nerf videos, which we never got a chance to do this summer.
No, we did not.
Both were super busy. Movie episode number 2 of 1000. Let's see what else. Did you see all the stuff about Battlefield 5?
Yes.
How the game sales are the pre-order sales are
Yes.
doing super poorly.
Super silly.
Bad marketing. That's what happens when you have bad marketing.
Well,
Gotta work
they
on that
have a
marketing.
female on the cover, and apparently that's a big. Oh no.
Well, the thing is the CEO or whatever the chief executive said.
Their reaction was not the best either.
It wasn't. If you
They're
don't
just
like it,
"Fine,
then don't
buy
buy
our
it.
game." They're like, all right, we won't.
That was mine. Okay, I don't like it because I love
Yep.
I love history pieces, and all the other ones were like relative history pieces. This one isn't. I don't like it. I won't buy it.
That's pretty much how
really,
it is.
That's really what it was for me. I'm like, I don't like it, so I won't.
Bye.
Bingo Bonanza Part 1. What movie did we do Bingo Bonanza Part 1 on?
I don't remember.
Last Jedi?
Probably.
7 months ago would have been The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
Can you believe it was that reason? Me and Andrew watched it.
We've been complaining about it ever since.
Well, you have at least. Me and Andrew watched The Last Jedi. It's on Netflix also. We rewatched it recently, and it was pretty fun. Not as good as I remember, which is like, oh, don't give me that face. I was definitely like, oh, that's kind of weird. Another one was like, oh, that doesn't really make any sense. Don't give me that. You better stop that across the table from me. The milk runs. Those were fun. 6 months ago in January.
I hate when I get the milk runs.
I don't even drink milk anymore. I do a nice soy milk. Soy milk's tasty. Almond milk. Cashew milk.
Milk your almonds.
Milk my almonds.
Delicious. But yeah.
It's been a wild year, hasn't it?
Quite the year.
And then we did, in January, we did Black Panther and Robo-Dog.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. Or February, I guess. And those have been relatively consistent. Infinity War Bingo Bonanza Part 2. I'm excited for the new Avengers movie to come out next year.
Yeah.
Someone was running the title and it was like Avengers Sacrifice.
That would be an interesting title.
It is a definitely interesting title. And they're not going to announce the title until like it's time to announce the whole movie and show the trailer and everything, which makes sense.
Well, they said it gave away something, didn't they?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, we shall see.
We shall see. We'll definitely be covering that one.
Indeed.
like the day or whatever.
Like a bunch
The day it comes out. There's America. Oh, the 2018 Hyundai Elantra GT Sport. That was a fun video.
Our best video.
Yeah, it has 150 views on it. Pretty good.
Spicy.
Pretty spicy.
Triple digits.
That was a lot of fun.
That was. We need to know
The whole situation. That's also one thing that I want to do for September is driving my mom's car, the Jaguar, and like covering it in more of like a Top Gear Drive Tribe style. I would love to do that one. That'd be a lot of fun.
That would be fun.
But yeah, our best video. Oh, what
a weird one to have the most views.
Well, we also
It makes sense though.
We shared it across a lot of platforms, and like to a lot of people that would have seen it. But what the situation surrounding it was very funny.
It was because it was. We had like set this up, and then we got there, and they were like,
"This isn't set up."
Who are you?
Who are you guys again? Because the guy was like out doing something that day.
Yeah. Oh, was he out? Was that the thing?
Yeah, I think that's what it ended up being. But the guy that was like the general sales manager there was like, "Well, I'll
like, well, heck, I'll do it."
yeah. What a cool situation.
He was a cool guy.
And then what a wonderful car, by the way.
It was.
What a great car.
It was actually. I thought about getting one.
6-speed manual.
I don't know.
Would you go for manual? Or would you go for automatic?
I love manual, but
would you want it for everyday driving?
just commuting, it's just not practical.
Well, it has cruise control also, is the thing.
Yeah, but it's just you know what I mean. Like especially like in the winter, or traffic jam, anything like that. It's just
yeah, you'd want it to be easier.
It's not ideal.
I understand that.
I love manual though; it's so much fun.
I do too. I'm a big fan.
Better gas mileage, but
yeah,
just another set of problems.
More fun to just.
Yep.
There's more driver involvement,
and
that's what is prime.
But that's been that. That's been the year.
Yeah. We're at 15 minutes. You anything else to add?
Nope, that's it, boy.
You're done?
I'm done.
You're out of energy already?
Yes.
Let's take these last couple of minutes. Do you have anything that you want to do for the rest of this year? Because we only have 4 months left.
Don't. Not yet, at least. I want to do a D&D video. I do want to do that.
I do want to do that. And that might be a long video. And I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Probably about a 2-hour video.
Probably longer.
When we cut it down, at least.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, yeah. Because we can record audio as the day is long.
Oh,
we can record Oh no,
For
15 hours of
days.
15 hours of audio.
Yeah.
The video is where it's going to be a bit more complicated. I might actually just talk to my mom, co-owner of Somewhere Liquors, and be like, "Hey, can we increase the video production budget?" And she'd be like, "We'll talk about it."
Yeah.
So I'll mention that to her. I would love to have like a nicer, newer HD camera and have this one for backup and traveling, and then like have a huge SD card.
Yeah.
I would love to have that.
Yeah.
Love it. Where is the? I don't know what happened to the horns and all this stuff that we used to make.
I think they're in the garage.
They might be in the garage. And once it gets colder and all that, we can like
garage.
Yeah, we can have back out to that garage.
Back to the garage.
And then I do want to make an official recording studio sometime. We've been saying that since we started.
Yeah.
But my mom's just been busy.
That requires time.
That requires more time than it does to record all this business. All this business.
All that business.
What's been your favorite thing that we've done so far for the year of us doing all this?
Probably the car video.
Car video was a lot of fun.
That was the neatest one. So.
Mine is still probably just for like how much fun it was to do. The Halloween Spooktacular was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun.
I might actually listen to that one while I'm editing all this together.
It's so funny.
It was such a good video.
It's really good.
Or it wasn't even a video. And now that we have video for this,
It is. We back in the audio days.
Yeah, before we started doing video. A lot of fun. That one, all the viewing parts have been a wonderful time.
They have been fun.
Viewing Party 4 was the most fun, I'd say, solely because it was like watching all of them and then editing wise, the most editing I've ever done on a video, and it shows.
Spicy boy.
But just stuff like that. Viewing Party 3, 60 TV Night was a lot of fun also. A lot of fun to record that and then record the part after, record the talking of us, record us talking after that was a lot of fun.
Right.
And that day with venturing was a great time watching those shows.
That was fun.
The editing for that one, that's probably the funniest one, solely because of my funny quip on
there's a lot of good little interjections.
There's a lot of good interjections. My favorite one, and I can't help but laugh at it now. Look at me. It was, it's the Twilight Zone episode where it's like, will the real Martian please stand up? I think that's what the title is. And it cuts to this shot of this like diner, and it's this girl in the back smoking a cigarette by herself. And then I turn to Andrew and I say, "How's it going, Smooth Skin?" And everybody lost it. Everybody clapped.
That's really funny.
It was. Ethan, it's been a wonderful year. Give me a handshake. You're gonna make me cry.
Dainty lady hand. Kiss my hand, boy.
Kiss my hand, baby. But yeah, it's been a wonderful year.
This has been a great year.
Here's to another.
Here's to another, brother.
All right. Thanks for watching and thanks for listening.
Bye-bye.
And now, a word from this program's sponsor.
Somewhere Liquors is located in the Plaza Shopping Center across from Citizens Tri-County Bank. Their address is 1100 Smithville Highway, Suite 137 in McMinnville, Tennessee. Their business hours are 8 to 10 Monday through Thursday, 8 to 11 on Friday and Saturday, and 10 to 6 on Sunday. Their phone number is area code 931-304-8222. They feature a walk-in beer cave and have a wide selection of bourbons, whiskeys, vodkas, tequilas, and more. McMinnville's first liquor store is Somewhere Liquors.